Welcome one and all. Today session on database management system, unit 2, session 11. So this is a syllabus for BCA second semester for Bangalore North University. I am Suresha KV, Assistant Professor of Computer Science, Government Special College, Chikballapura. Today let us learn record storage and primary file organization session. In this session, the topic is hashing technique. See, last class you already understand varieties of a file of unordered records and file of ordered records and heap files also you already understand for last class. Now in this session you can understand what is hashing technique, what are the types of hashing technique can understand for this session. So now let us take hashing technique. In this hashing technique is a method which provides very fast access to record on certain search conditions. So hashing technique is a used for some search condition. Whenever it is search condition, this is a very fast access of records in a file. So that is a purpose you are using for what? Hashing techniques. The search condition must be an equality condition on a single field called the hash field of the file. The hash field is also a key field of the file, in which case it is called the hash key. So whatever I am using that one, that is nothing but what? Hash key. In the hashing method, a function h called hashing function or randomizing function is applied to the hash field value of a record and the address of the disk block in which the record is stored is obtained. Such search for the record is done in the main memory buffer. So buffer, you can all the information stored in a buffer. So hashing is also used as an internal search structure within a program. Whenever a group of records is accessed exclusively by using the value of one field, hashing can be used for internal file. It can be modified to store external files on disk. It can also be extended to dynamically growing files. This is the information regarding for hashing techniques. The content covered in this session is hashing. What is hashing and information regarding this hashing. There are two categories of hashing. One is internal hashing, second one is a external hashing. The objective of this session is point number 1, to understand what is hashing technique. First you can understand what is hashing, definition of hashing, and what is the technique of hashing. So second point is to understand the internal hashing and external hashing. These are all two types of hashing, internal hashing and external hashing, one by one. Now a brief introduction about hashing technique. So in this hashing technique, another type of primary file organization is based on hashing, which provides very fast access to records on certain search conditions. This organization is usually called the hash file. The search condition must be an equality condition on a single field called the hash field of the file. In most cases, the hash field is also a key field of the file, in which case it is called the hash key. The idea behind hashing is to provide a function h called a hash function or randomizing function which is applied to the hash field value of a record and yields the address of the disk block in which the record is stored. This is nothing but hashing technique. Now we can understand one by one. So one is internal hashing, another type of hashing is a technique is nothing but external hashing. Now we can understand what is internal hashing. The hashing for internal files is implemented using a hash table through an array of records. Because the internal hashing is applied for what? Number of so many records. So number of so many records means array concept, array of records. Let us the array index range from 0 to m minus 1. There will be a m locations whose address correspond to the array indexes. A hash function should be chosen such that the hash field value should be transformed into an integer between 0 and m minus 1. One commonly used function is h of k is equal to k mod m function, which yields a value used for the record addresses. See, 0 to m minus 1 is nothing but a EMP code, EMP name, department, salary. These are different field names. See, for character strings, the number or numeric ASCII code associated with the characters can be used in the transformation. A hashing algorithm applying mod hash function to character a string k of 20 characters. The algorithm for this condition, step 1 is temp is equal to 1. Initialization temp is equal to 1. For I equal to 1 to 20, because 20 information, that is y 20 of characters, I is equal to 1 to 20, do temp is equal to temp multiply with code of k of I mod m. Hash address is equal to temp mod m. End for. This is a just brief introduction algorithm for what? To a string of k of 20 characters. Hashing technique. Folding. In a technique called folding, an arithmetic function such as addition or a logical function called exclusive OR can be applied to different portions of the hash field value to calculate the hash addresses. See, this internal hashing, suppose that array index range from 0 to m minus 1, then we have to m slot whose addresses correspond to the array indexes. We choose the hash function that transform the hash field value into an integer between 0 to 0 and m minus 1. The common hash function is h of k is equal to k mod m function, which returns the remainder of an integer hash field value k. After division by m, this value is then used for the record addresses. In detailed internal hashing, other hashing function can be used. One technique called folding. Already informed, folding is a technique called involve and apply an arithmetic function such as addition or a logical function such as exclusive OR to different portions of the hash field value to calculate the hash addresses. Another technique involves picking some digits of the hash field value, for example, the third, fifth and eighth digit to form the hash addresses. The problem with most hashing function is that they do not guarantee that distinct values will hash to distinct addresses. In internal hashing, a collision occurs when the hash field value of a record that is being inserted hashes to an address that already contains a different record. In this situation, we must insert the new record in some other position since its hash address is occupied. The process of finding another position is called collision resolution. This is nothing but what? Collision. There are numerous methods for collision resolution, including the following. So now understand what is a collision. A collision is a condition called collision occurs when the hash field value of a record that is being inserted hashes to an address that already contains a different record. Next, collision resolution. When a collision resolution occurs, the new record must be the inserted in some other position where a hash address is not occupied. The process of finding another position is called collision resolution. See, one open addressing internal hashing procedure from occupied position specified the hash address, the program checks the subsequent position in other unit an unused or empty position is found. Next one is chaining. For this method, various overflow locations are kept, usually by extending the array with number of overflow positions. In addition, a pointer field is added to each record location. A collision is resolved by placing the new record in an unused overflow location and setting the pointer of the occupied hash address location to the address of that overflow location. Next one is in this chaining, a various overflow locations are maintained by extending the array with the a number of overflow positions. A pointer field is added to each record location. A collision is resolved by placing the new record in an unused overflow location and setting the pointer of the occupied hash addresses location to the address of that overflow location. A linked list of overflow record for each hash address is thus maintained. In this internal hashing, another technique is multiple hashing. So the as name indicate multiple hashing, the program applies a second hash function if the first result is collision. If another collision results, the program uses open addressing or applies a third hash function and then uses a open addressing if necessary. In multiple addressing, if the first hash function results in a collision, then the program applies a second hash function. If another collision results, the program uses open a addressing or applies a third hash function and then uses open addressing if necessary. Choice of a good hashing function, it is kept hash table between 70 to 80% full so that the number of collision remains low. So if there are R records to be stored in the table, M location for address spaces should be chosen so that R by M is between 0.7 to 0.9. In good hashing function point number 2, it is also useful to choose a primary number of M so that hash address is distributed better over the addresses space. Then the mod hashing function is used. Point number 3, some other hashing function may require M to be a power of 2. This is nothing but a multiple hashing. The program applies the second hash function. It is the first result in a collision. This is nothing but a internal hashing regarding in multiple hashing technique. Next important is external hashing. In this external hashing, hashing for a disk file is called external hashing. So whenever you are using disk, this is nothing but what? External storage device. That is nothing but what? External hashing. The target address space use mod of bucket, each of which holds multiple records. A bucket is one disk block or a cluster of contiguous blocks. The hashing function maps a key into a relative bucket number. A table maintained in the file header converts the bucket number into the corresponding disk block addresses. The bucket number is 0 to m-1. The block address on a disk is what? Number 1 to 0.1 to so on n. Each memory location having matching a bucket number to disk block addresses. With buckets, the collision problem will be less. Serve as a many records within a bucket, each hashed to the same bucket. When a bucket is filled to capacity and a new record is to be inserted and hashed to that bucket. A variation of chaining method in which a pointer is maintained in each bucket to a linked list of overflow records for the bucket can be used. The pointers in the linked list should be record pointers, which include both a block address and a relative record position within the block. In this external hashing or for a disk file is called as external hashing. The target address space is external hashing is made of buckets which holds a disk blocks or a cluster of contiguous blocks. The collision problem is less served because as many records as a while fit in a bucket can hash to the same bucket without causing collision problem. The table maintained in the file header converts the bucket number into the corresponding disk block addresses. The diagrammatic shows external hashing technique matching bucket number of disk block addresses. In this diagram, the particular block bucket number 0 to 0, 1 to up to so on m-2 to m-1. These are all what bucket numbers. Another is block addresses on a disk. Each disk is referring to the different bucket address, block addresses, disk block addresses. They are automatically mapping to disk block addresses that diagrammatic shows. So in this external hashing, a static hashing is that the hashing scheme where a fixed number of bucket m is allocated for storage of records is called static hashing. Regarding this external hashing, the one is nothing but static hashing is there, another is dynamic hashing is there. Regarding this static hashing, bucket m is allocated for a storage of records is called static hashing. A major drawback of the static hashing scheme is that the hash address space is fixed. So the file cannot be expanded or shrunk dynamically. This is nothing but what? Static hashing. Another hashing technique of external hashing is dynamic hashing. The number of blocks m allocated can be changed using a new hashing function to redistribute the records. The disadvantage is that it can be time consuming for large files. This can be overcome by having dynamic hashing file organization that allows the number of buckets to vary dynamically with only localized reorganization. This is nothing but what? Dynamic hashing. Deletion. In this dynamic hashing, deletion of record can be implemented by removing the record from its bucket. If the bucket has an overflow chain, one of the overflow records can be moved into the bucket to replace the deleted one. If the record to be deleted is in overflow, it can be simply removed from the linked list. The empty positions in overflow should be kept track of by maintaining a linked list of unused overflow locations. Modifications of record field depend on two factors. Search condition is locating on the record. The field to be modified. Hashing function can be used if the search condition is an equality comparison on the hash field. Otherwise, linear search should be used. A non-hash field can be modified by changing the record and rewriting it in the same bucket. Modifying the hash field means the record can move to another bucket, which requires deletion of the old record and then insertion of the modified record. The hashing technique that allow dynamic file expansion. With dynamic file, two hashing technique can be used. They are extendable hashing and then is a linear hashing. In this extendable hashing, Extendable hashing stores an access structure in addition to the file. Access structure is used on the value that result after application of the hash function to the search field. This is extendable hashing. So another is nothing but a bucket splitting. Suppose we new inserted record causes overflow in the bucket whose hash value start with 01. The record will be distributed between two buckets, the first containing all records whose hash values start with 010 and second all those whose hash values start with 011. The two directory locations for 010 and 011 point to the two new distinct buckets. Before splitting, they point to the same bucket. The local depth D of the two new bucket is 3, which is one more than the local depth of the old bucket. The bucket doubling. If a bucket that overflow and is split used to have a local depth D equal to the global depth D of the directory, then the size of the directory must now be double so that we can use an extra bit to distinguish the two new buckets. If the bucket for records whose hash value start with 111 overflows, the two new bucket needed a directory with global depth D is equal to 4, because the two buckets are now labeled 1110 and 1111 and hence their local depth are both 4. The directory size is hence doubled and each of the other original locations in the directory is also split into two locations, both of which have the same pointer value as did the original location. Advantages. The performance of the file does not degrade as file grows. Second advantage, additional buckets can be allocated dynamically as needed and need not be allocated earlier. The space overhead for the directory table is negligible. Fourth advantage is splitting causes only minor reorganization since records in one bucket are rearranged in two buckets. What are the disadvantage of this is a directory must be searched before accessing the bucket themselves, thus resulting in two black access. Two black access is there. This is a disadvantage. Now, linear hashing. A linear hashing does not require additional access structures. A hash file can be allowed to expand and shrink its number of buckets dynamically without needing a directory. Suppose a file starts with m bucket from 0 to m-1 and it uses initial hash function hi, the mod hash function h of k is equal to k mod m. When a collision leads to an overflow record in any file bucket, the first bucket in the file is split into two buckets, the original bucket 0 and a new bucket m at the end of the file. The records originally in bucket 0 are distributed between the two buckets based on a different hashing function h of I plus 1 k is equal to k mod 2m. Record hashed to bucket 0 based on hi will hash to either bucket 0 or bucket m based on h of I plus 1. For further collision lead to overflow record, additional bucket are split into a linear order of 1, 2, 3 up to so on. If enough overflow occur, all the original file buckets 0, 1 up to so on m-1 will have been split. So the file now will have 2m instead of m bucket. To retrieve record with hash key value k, a function hi is first applied to k. If hik less than n, then apply the function hi of 1 on k because the bucket is already split. When n becomes m, this means all buckets have been split and the hash function h of I plus 1 is applied to all records in the file. Then n is reset to 0 and any new collision that causes overflow led to the use of new hashing function hi1 of k is equal to k mod 4m and so on. The search procedure of linear search hashing given using an algorithm: if n is equal to 0, then m is equal to hj of k, else m is equal to hj of k. If m is less than n, then m is equal to hj plus 1 of k. End if search bucket whose hash value is m and its overflow if any. Next one is file load locator. 1 can be defined as 1 is equal to r divided by bfr is equal to n, where r is the current number of the file records, bfr is the maximum number of records that can fit in a bucket, and n is the current number of file buckets. Bucket that have been split can be recombined if the load of the file falls below a certain threshold. Black are combined linearly and n is determined appropriately. File load can be kept with a desired range. Split can be triggered when load extended a certain threshold 0.9, and combination can be triggered when the load falls below another threshold 0.7. So next we come to the end session. So we can understand for this session what is hashing, definition of a hashing, what is a types of category of hashing, internal hashing and external hashing. In internal hashing, some important folding, collision, chaining, collision resolution can easily, and multi-hashing, multiple hashing can easily understanding. In external hashing, what is external hashing, definition of a external hashing with a diagrammatic representation, static hashing and dynamic hashing, and hashing technique of allow dynamic file expansion in this extendable hashing, what is linear hashing, and step-by-step bucket splitting, linear hashing, advantages and disadvantages, bucket doubling. All these things you can easily and with example with algorithmic we are understanding. So come to the last ending session. Whenever you want to prepare this session, you can refer some references book. The reference book is CJ Date Introduction to Database System 8th edition Wesley, and textbook is Ramaz Elsmari and Shamkant B. Nawate, the Nawate book, a Fundamentals of Database System 5th edition Pearson Education, and one more textbook, a database management system as per new CBSE syllabus for second semester BCA, Bangalore North University and Bangalore University. Chitra Ravi book also is good for referring textbook purpose. So thank you, Ananda.